G'day everyone and welcome to our first edition of Dating Bio Reviews. I'm Jacinta from Swipe Me Happy, and with my team of women in your dating pool, we're helping guys who've been out of the dating scene for a long time learn the exact strategies to stand out at online dating fast. Let's get into it. Okay, this was actually a really good dating profile, other than the fact that there was a slight insinuation here about something sexual. So it started off well, it sounds like a fun date, but then ultimately he failed. This sort of, hint at anything sex related is not good. It's going to get a swipe left. It's unfortunate, but it's true. So the verdict here is a fail. Don't be sexual, whether you're being overt or sneaky, just don't do it. Okay, this next one. Unfortunately for this dude, this bio comes across as a bit desperate. And more importantly, we're learning nothing about him. And sure, most of us on dating apps want to find love and feel love, but this is not the time to share those deeper emotions. So, unfortunately, the verdict on this one is a fail. Okay, there's a lot going on this one. So, firstly, it's written quite badly. Now, some women won't care about that. Others will find it a major turn-off. So the question you've got to ask yourself is, why would you risk it? Now, if you're no good at writing, it's absolutely fine. Get your mate to check it. Contact us. We'll write it for you, or we'll audit it for you and help you make it sound better. But yeah, poorly written bios can be a real turn-off for some women. The same issue applies with calling women guys. I mean, I have no problem with it. A lot of women don't. But some women really hate it. So again, why would you risk it? The other thing here, there's just a few statements that don't tell us anything about him. So it's a bit of a waste of bio real estate. Stuff like, some stories are written in pen and some in pain, or we all want to be loved and share love, or let the universe do the rest. It isn't telling us anything about him. It gives us some insight, I guess, into how he thinks, but it's a little bit esoteric at this point. You've got to be more direct and overt about who you are, what your life is like, what your values are like. Also, the statement, only genuine people. So the issue with this one is that most people who aren't kind or authentic really don't know that they're that way. And when it comes to scammers, they're not going to notify you that they've arrived. So saying that you only want genuine people, it's a little bit of a waste of real estate. Now, there are going to be some women who go for this type of thing, who go for this type of bio. A little bit whimsical, perhaps, but in our view, they're going to be in the minority. So unfortunately for this dude, the verdict on this bio is a fail. Okay, the next one. This is a good bio. It's still a bit shy on details about him, which is what we're after. But still, it's a pretty good bio. He gives us some insight into who he is, his values, etc. But nothing about his likes or his hobbies or his pastimes, which is a bit unfortunate, because we want to feel some commonality between our life and yours. So we want to get to know how you live your life and what you enjoy doing and that sort of thing. So unfortunately, he's a bit shy on that, but still, we're going to give this one a pass. It's a good bio amongst a sea of pretty bad bios that are out there. Okay, this dude. Now, he's showcasing his car as his biggest asset and not himself. Look, some women will go for this, no doubt. But they're going to be, again, in the minority. There's not much in this bio that's original. More generalist type statements about him. I love amazing women. I mean, who doesn't love amazing women? He lives his life to the fullest. Everyone thinks they live their life to the fullest, So these sort of generalist statements, and that one about living life to the fullest is actually on a lot of guys' dating bios. So if I were you, don't include it because you're not going to stand out. you're going to sound like all the other forgettable bios that are out there. What else on this one? A bit of a contradiction. He doesn't drink, but he enjoys a glass of wine. Look, okay, maybe I'm being a bit petty on that, but really what I'm saying is it feels like he hasn't thought about it. It feels like there's been no effort made here. So the verdict on this is a fail, a bit lazy, and also a little bit conceited. Okay, this is a good bio. It's simple, it's to the point. There's an insight into his life, which is fabulous. It's lacking a bit of detail, but we can get past that. The verdict on this one is it's a win. More detail would help and would get more swipe rights, but really, this bio is going to get more swipe rights than most. Okay, so this is an interesting one. This guy had a great profile, other than the fact that on more than one occasion, he's pushing for a first date. His voice recording ends with him saying something along the lines of, what's most important is that I really, really don't want to go back and forth with non-stop messaging on this app, but would rather sit face-to-face, something like that. He did a 30-second voice recording, which is brilliant, and we recommend that you do that because we can hear your voice, which is important. We can get a sense of who you are, which is great. But, saying that that's a really, really, he's just gagging to get to the first date, there's a bit of a problem with that. He says it again in the written part of his bio. So here's the problem with that. We women too, we want to catch up. Absolutely, that's why we're on these apps. But only if we've been able to establish that there's a good vibe check between us. So we're not going to agree to a date just like that. We have a process that we tend to go through. And I do talk about this a lot across my different platforms because guys tend to talk about it a lot on their dating profiles. They don't want to text, they just want to meet. I mean, it can be exhausting. So you got to respect the process. And this broadly is what the process is, okay? 1, there's been some messaging on the app, some getting to know you time. And this can typically last a few days. 2, we're comfortable exchanging numbers, or you give us your number. Some women get a little bit funny, but yeah, so we've exchanged numbers. 3, we've had a good phone call. For most of us, that is a must before we agree to go on a date. A phone call gives you a good vibe check. It's undeniable. And number 4, if all those things going well, then it's time for us to organise a date. So I'll do another video on this topic because guys seem to get it wrong a lot. This pushing for a first date without getting to know us. So unfortunately, the verdict on this one is a fail. It was promising, other than the repetitive push to meet. Okay, the last one for today, this was a great profile, a ripper, and we come across them rarely. Now, why was it so good? Plenty of photos of him in different scenarios and situations, including a full body shot, and in every photo he's smiling, which was brilliant. You couldn't help but smile when you looked at them. He included lots of content in the bio, which isn't always easy on Hinge. Like, you've got to be a bit creative on Hinge it's easy to just put one-word responses to prompts. So this guy made an effort, which was great. Also, it's a bit funny. It's a bit cute. We like that, So it's a really good bio. Okay, so when you're writing your bio for your dating profile, you've got to remember there are 4 essential elements. 1, a catchy intro, which is a surefire way to make sure that she keeps reading. 2, something about you with regards to your work. 3, something about you with regards to your life outside of work. And 4, something about what you're looking for and what you're attracted to. That is the winning formula. Now, if this is all a bit too hard, you can click the link below and one of the team will get in touch with you and we can write your bio for you. We can redo your whole profile for you if you want us to, or we can just audit your existing profile. Happy days. Okay, that's it. So make sure you subscribe below, like, and tell your mates about us. Thanks for listening. See ya.